soundstripe.
Hi everyone, it's Tasman here from Tasman's Crochet Creations with finally another tutorial. So this past week has been extremely busy with assignments and everything. It's just been so hectic. It's been so busy. Literally on Friday, actually yesterday, Saturday, I was so drained, I was so tired, and I was frustrated and like I was just so annoyed with all of the assignments and everything, and gosh, it's just been a roller coaster this past week. But today is Sunday, and it is not quite a sunny day today. It's actually overcast, but in my eyes it is still a very beautiful day today. And finally I have a gap, I have a chance to do a tutorial today, and I'm so excited, I'm so happy. So today we will be making this really cute little avocado keychain. Isn't it just adorable? Like, look at that thing. It is so cute. Where is it? There it is. It's so cute. This little avocado is about 5 centimeters tall, but like 3.5 centimeters wide. It is so adorable. Look at how cute that is. So today we will learn how to crochet this cute little avocado keychain. Before I actually made it into a keychain, I actually was busy experimenting with the crocheting earrings, and so I saw this like one pair of earrings on Pinterest. It was interlinked earrings, so it was circular interlinked earrings, and I'm like, that looks so cool, I can make one of those. That's so awesome. So I made one earring, and then I realized that I ran out of earring rings or earring hoops, earring hooks, whatever you want to call it. That little part that actually like hooks into your ear. I ran out of those things, sadly. So I was actually going to do a tutorial on how to crochet the interlinked earrings. I'll actually show you what they look like quickly. Yeah, so this is what the little earring looks like. So I only had like one left. So this is what it looks like. It's this really beautiful blue and white interlinked earring. So sadly I only had enough, or like one ring, hoop, whatever you want to call it, for one earring. So yeah, I was going to do a tutorial for this, but as I said, I ran out of the earring hoops. But I will still post a tutorial for this when I do get the earring hoops, because these are just really, really beautiful earrings. So yeah, and then I was like, I actually love avocados, and avocados is like one of my favorite like things. It's just super cute, like, yeah. So I was on Pinterest and I came across these really beautiful avocado keychains, and then I was like, I actually want to make an avocado earring. So like I made this one. And then I was like, it'd be so cool for an earring, but I don't have any earring hoops, and I was like, I'm just gonna make it into a keychain. So I did that. But anyway, enough waffling on. Let's get started with today's tutorial on how to crochet this really beautiful, lovely avocado keychain. Okay, so to make this really beautiful little avocado keychain, the materials we'll need is all right here. So to begin with, we'll be needing a 2mm crochet hook. We'll be needing a pair of scissors. We'll also be needing a tapestry needle that is small enough for the yarn. You don't want a too big of a tapestry needle, but big enough to sew in those ends. You'll need a stitch marker. You would need some keychains. Let me just grab one here quickly. Okay, so you'll need a keychain. So I've got a whole bag full here, but you'll only need one keychain. So you'll need a keychain. You'll need at least 2 pliers to help with opening up the little loops to put the keychain on, or actually the jump rings. It's actually a jump ring. To open up the jump rings. So the one will be used to hold the one side, and then the other one will be used to pull it open. We'll also be needing some polyfill or some stuffing, pillow stuffing. And as for the yarn, these are the 3 colors I'm using. Here is the ball band, so it is Elle Crochet. It is crochet number 5. Okay, it is 95% acrylic and 5% Lurex. Some of the other ones that I have are 100% acrylic. This one is obviously different. So it's a 50-gram ball. So 50-gram ball is 250 meters or 273 yards. Recommends a 2mm crochet hook, which you will be using a 2mm. And this is the color emerald, but I have emerald here, I have lime, and I have hazelnut brown. This actually appears a whole lot darker on camera than what it is in person, and this is so much brighter than what it is in person. This brown is a little bit dark on camera, but yeah, so that is the yarn that we'll be using. So let's get started with today's tutorial. Okay, so to begin, we are going to take our hazelnut yarn here, or color, and we're going to make a magic ring. And now the way I'm going to make my magic ring is, the method I'm going to use ensures that the magic ring will not come undone. Okay, so the way I like to do it is I like to take my yarn, wrap it around my finger once, twice, and then when I come back for the 3rd time, I go from the right over to the left, forming an X. And then insert under the first loop, pick up the 2nd loop, and then do a chain 1, and then take your magic ring off your finger. Okay, and there's our little magic ring. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 6 single crochets into the magic ring. So to do a single crochet, we will insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2 to do a single crochet. So let me show you that again. So we will insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2 again to do a single crochet. So again, it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops on your hook to do a single crochet. Again, it's insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we need 2 more. So it's insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. That's 5 and 6. Okay, so now we're going to close this magic ring. So I'm going to pull on my tail end here, so this short little piece, I'm going to pull it, see which loop starts to get pulled in, and then we need to take our loop and pull that tight in the direction that closes the loop, and then we will take our tail end and pull our tail end to close down the other loop. Okay, so that is our 6 single crochets into the magic ring. Okay, so now we will be working in the round. So we will not slip stitch to join, we will just continue crocheting in a spiral. So into that first stitch, you'll just want to find that first stitch. I find that the first stitch is always tricky to go into. I find that it is always tricky to go into that first stitch. There we go. And then you want to do 2 single crochets into the first stitch. So that's 1 and 2 stitches into the first stitch. Then you want to grab your stitch marker and just insert your stitch marker into the first stitch. Okay. And then you just want to repeat that all the way around, putting 2 single crochets into every stitch around. So your stitch count would have gone from 6 to 12. Okay, so you're going to place 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So that's 1, 2 stitches into the same stitch, and then again into the next stitch. It is 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 2 stitches, and then again into the next stitch, 1 stitch and 2 stitches. Okay. And then again into the last stitch, 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet. Okay, so there you go. There's our little brown circle so far. So we should have now a stitch count of 12. So if we count our stitches, should have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we should have 12 stitches by the end of the second round. Okay, so moving on to the third round, we're going to remove our stitch marker, and then into that first stitch we're going to place 1 single crochet. So it's 1 single crochet in there, and then put our stitch marker back into the stitch that we just crocheted, or the stitch that we just did. And then into the next stitch we'll place an increase, and an increase is just 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Okay, so we'll place 2 single crochets in there, and then into the next stitch we'll place 1 single crochet. Okay, so that's 1 single crochet, and then into the next stitch we'll place 2, and you just repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then 2 single crochets in the following stitch. And you just repeat that all the way around until you get back to the beginning, doing 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets. Repeat that all the way around to the beginning, and your stitch count should have gone from 12 up to 18. Okay, so you can just repeat that all the way around until we get back to the beginning again. And I'm nearly at the beginning, so might as well crochet with you. Yeah, so and a great way to know if you have done your stitches correctly is if you've ended on an increase. Because if we started with 1 single crochet, we would have ended with an increase. So if we count the stitches, we should have 18 stitches. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so we have 18 stitches by the end of the third round. Okay, and then moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So that's 1, and then let's place our stitch marker back. Come on, hook. Bear with me here. There you go. Place your stitch mark into the first stitch. Then we'll place again another single crochet into the next stitch, and then we'll do an increase in the following stitch. Okay, so it's 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then an increase into the next stitch. Okay, so again it is 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then 2 single crochets into the following stitch. Okay, and then again it is 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the next stitch. And then you just repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then an increase into the next stitch. And you just repeat that all the way around, and your stitch count should have gone from 18 to 24. Okay. And again, you should have ended on an increase because we started with 1 single crochet. Okay, I'm nearly at the end here. Okay, and now into the last stitch, we will just place 2 single crochets into the last stitch for our increase. Okay. Okay, so we should have 4 rounds in our brown. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So now we're going to end off our brown. So we're going to remove our stitch marker. And then into the next stitch, we're just going to slip stitch. So to slip stitch, we'll just insert, yarn over, and oopsie, let me do that again for you. So we go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on a hook, then not yarn over, and then just again we do that again. So you'll insert, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, and then just pull the first loop through the second loop. There you go, to do your slip stitch. Okay. So now we're going to end off with our brown. So we're going to take our scissors, cut our yarn, and pull that through. Okay. And then we can take our lime green, which is this light green here. So we can take this green now. And then where we left off, you just want to insert your hook, place your green yarn over place your green yarn over your hook, yarn over, pull through, and do a chain 1 to secure. So a chain 1 is just a yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through that loop on your hook to do a chain 1. Okay, so now I have joined my green onto my brown, and we'll do 2 more rounds of increases. So we'll go back into the stitch that we joined our green yarn. So we're going to go into the stitch and do a single crochet. So that's 1 single crochet, and then we'll do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then we'll do an increase into the following. Okay, so you just repeat that around, placing 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches this time. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and then an increase into the next. Then again 1 single crochet in the next 3. That's 1, 2, and 3, and then an increase, and then you just repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet into the next 3, and then an increase into the following stitch, 3, and then an increase. Yeah, so you just repeat that all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and your stitch count should have gone from 24 up to 36. Okay, so you can just repeat that until I get back to the beginning. Well, we're nearly at the beginning anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to do an increase into the next stitch. And then 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. And then an increase into the last stitch. Okay, and again we are just going to continue working into the round. We are not going to join with a slip stitch. Okay, so into the first stitch we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then place our stitch marker into the first stitch that we just did. There you go. And then we'll place 1 single crochet in the first 4, so we've got 2 already, 3 and 4, and then an increase. Whoopsie, I'm losing my ball of yarn. Yeah, so I just did my increase, so now going to do the 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. Okay, and then you just repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, and then an increase all the way around until you get back up to the beginning again. And your stitch count should have gone from 36 up to 42. Okay. Okay, so you just repeat that all the way around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. Okay, and I'm on to my last set of stitches here. So it's 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase into the last stitch. Okay, so now this is what our little avocado should be looking like so far. So this is our brown like little seed or pip in the middle of the avocado, and then this is like the good parts of the avocado, you know. Okay, so now we will no longer be working in the round. We'll be working in rows to form like the little triangular shape up here for the avocado, or to form the rest of the avocado. Okay, so to do that, we will remove our stitch marker, and then we'll place 1 single crochet in the first 6 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that's what it should be looking like. And then we will chain 1 and turn our work. And then we'll place 1 single crochet in each stitch across. So we should place 1 single crochet into the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoopsie, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is a little corner stitch there. And then at the end of that row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then we will decrease the first 2 stitches together. So to do a decrease, I like to just insert, but insert under that first loop only, under that first loop of the stitch. So let me just get my darning needle real quickly. Okay, so with single crochet stitches, you have 2 loops that make up the top of the stitch. So you have a front loop, which is closest to you, then you have the back loop, which is the furthest away from you. To do the single crochet decrease, we'll be going through the front loops of the stitch. Okay, so Let me just put my hook back in here again. So we will do a decrease into the first stitch. So we'll go into the first stitch and pick up just the first loop. Then we'll go into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through those loops on your hook. So pull through those 2 front loops of the stitches, and then you'll have 2 loops on your hook, and then you yarn over and complete your single crochet stitch. And then you'll place 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Oopsie, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then again into the last 2 stitches we'll decrease those 2 together. So we'll insert under the front loop, and then insert into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to complete your single crochet. Okay, so this is what it should be looking like now. And then for the next row, we are going to do 1 single crochet and turn, and then we'll place 1 single crochet into each stitch across, and your stitch count should be 5 stitches now. 1, 2, 3, whoopsie, 4, and 5, whoopsie, there we go, 5. Okay, and then for the last row we will chain 1 and turn, and then we will do another decrease in the first stitch, so go under the front loop of the first stitch and under the front loop of the second stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and then do 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then we'll do another decrease over the last 2. So under the first loop, then under the second loop, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Okay, so this is what it should be looking like so far now. Should be beginning to take shape. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to place 1 single crochet evenly all the way around our avocado, just to finish it off. Okay, so I'm going to place 1 single crochet into the side of the row that we just did, and then into the row below it. Okay, and then into the row below that one, and then into the row below that one, and then once you get down onto the base, just place 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around until you get back to the beginning. Okay, and then again when you get to the side of the rows here, you'll just place 1 single crochet into the edge of each row, making sure that we keep like the same stitch count of like this row on this row. So whatever stitches we have here, we should have 5 stitches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know if that is 5. Okay, I'm gonna go back and do one more. So we should have, because we have 5 rows of single crochet here to form like the top of the avocado, we should have 5 single crochets along the side. Okay, so I've got 2 already, so that's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there we go. And then as I said, we should just get down to the base of like the avocado there, and then just place 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around until you get back to the beginning again. Okay, so meet back up with you when we are now at this portion here to crochet along the edges of the rows. Okay, so now I'm ready to place 1 single crochet along the rows. So again, you just want to place 1 single crochet to each of the side rows, so you should have a total of 5 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the top of that stitch. And then I like to just go into that top stitch again to make like a corner, and then place 1 single crochet into the middle single crochet, and then place 1 single crochet into the last stitch, or into the stitch where we first did our single crochet stitch. Okay, and then you just want to slip stitch to the beginning stitch, so just insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that loop on your hook. Okay, and then you just grab your scissors and just cut your yarn over, pull that through to end off. Okay, so that is what our little avocado should be looking like now. Isn't it just cute? Okay, I'm just gonna cut these here because I have worked them in enough. Okay, so here we go. That is what it looks like so far. So now we just need to do the back of the avocado, and it is basically the same exact steps as the front, but just done in green with no color changes. Yeah, so we can just get our green yarn and place that this side actually. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through the steps with you again, even though I probably don't need to. Okay, so again we're gonna make our magic ring. Okay, so this time I am gonna go a little bit faster though, because you already know how to make the front part of the avocado. The back is just a repeat of the front with no color changes. So we're just using dark green throughout, but we will do the same steps as what we did for the front. So we will place 6 single crochets into the magic ring. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then tug on my tail end. See which of those 2 loops is getting pulled in. And pull this one up, and then the other one will disappear. And then pull out tail end and pull that in. Okay, and then we'll do an increase into every stitch around. Okay, and then our stitch count would have gone from 6 to 12. Then place our stitch marker back into the first stitch. Okay, and then you just repeat that all the way around, placing 2 single crochets into each stitch all the way around, and your stitch count should have gone up to 12, from 6 up to 12. Oopsie. Okay. Placing 2 single crochets into each stitch around, so we get back to the beginning. Okay, so we should have 12 stitches by the end of that row, and then we will place 1 single crochet into the first stitch, place our stitch marker back, and then an increase into the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet to the next stitch, and then an increase, oopsie, and then an increase into the next stitch, and then we just repeat that all the way around, placing 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then an increase into the next stitch, and your stitch count should have gone from 12 up to 18. Okay. Oopsie, I did something wrong. It's just busy getting caught in the moment. Just crocheting away. Okay, whoopsie. Okay, so now I've just done my increase into the last stitch. Remove our stitch marker, and then for the next row we'll place 1 single crochet into the first 2 stitches. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, and then an increase, 1, 2, and an increase, okay, so I've done an increase, so it's 1, 2, an increase, okay, and then 1, 2, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, and then an increase to the last stitch. Okay, and our stitch count should have gone from 18 up to 24. Okay, and then for this next round we'll place 1 single crochet to the first 3 stitches and then an increase into the next. So it is 1, 2, oopsie, 1, 2, 3, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, and an increase, and repeat this all the way around until you get back to the beginning again. And your stitch count, as I said, should have gone up from 24 up to 36. So I did 2 stitches. Didn't increase by mistake. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. And then 1, 2, 3, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. Okay, and then we have one more increase round to do, and then we can start working with our rows. So for the next round, it is 1 single crochet into the first 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. Okay, and then you just repeat that around, and your stitch count should have gone from 36 to 36 up to 42. So that is 1. Was that an increase? I don't know if I did an increase or 1 stitch now. I think this is supposed to be an increase. Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase into the last stitch. Okay, so that's what it should be looking like so far now. And then we'll start working on the rows. So it was 1 single crochet in the first 6 stitches, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 stitches. And then chain 1 and turn, and then 1 single crochet into the first 7 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, which is the corner stitch, and then chain 1 and turn. And then we'll do a decrease 2 together. So it's in through the front loop of the first stitch, in through the front loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 to do your decrease. And then 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and then a decrease. And then chain 1 and turn. And then we will place and then we will do 1 single crochet across, so we should have 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then chain 1 and turn. Then we'll do a decrease, so we will decrease the 2 together, so under those 2 front loops, yarn over, pull through those 2 front loops, and yarn over, pull through 2, so that's 1 decrease. Then in 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then a decrease again. Okay, and then this is our little avocado, so this is what it should be looking like. And then we will chain 1, and then 1 single crochet to the side of this row, like that, and then 1 single crochet into the next stitch, so that's 2, so into the next row, 3, 4, and 5, and then continue placing 1 single crochet around the avocado, remembering to place 1 single crochet along the edges of the of the rows at the top. And then I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to join the front and the back of the avocado together. Okay, so now I've made it back to the beginning, and now I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning stitch to end off the actual crocheting around the avocado, or the back of the avocado. Yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our front part of our avocado. We can just tuck this in here. We will actually crochet around that, but anyway. So what we're going to do is we're just going to chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to go through the top stitch on the front. So if you count 1, 2, 3 on the 3rd stitch from the end on the green, we're going to insert into there, and then we will insert into the last stitch we did on the back, and then do a single crochet into there. Okay, and again we'll go into the next stitch through the front, through the light green side, and then through the dark green side, then do a single crochet again into the last stitch there, the light green, and then into the green, into the stitch on the back of the green, back of the avo. And then we will do, there we go, and then we will just do one single crochet around the avocado. I think what we should do is, for these corners, I think we should again just place 2 single crochets into the corner, just so that it like just neatens it off a bit. Okay, and then we will just continue crocheting, single crocheting the front and the back of the avocado together. Okay, and I'm just working over my green tail end here. Okay, so you just want to keep crocheting, single crocheting these 2 sides together, and you just want to leave a small opening on the side here so we can just stuff our avocado a little bit. Okay. I also forgot to mention that it's best to get blunt paper scissors to use when stuffing our avocado together. Okay, so you can just single crochet these 2 avocados together, the 2 sides of the avocado together, and then I'll meet back up with you when we need to start stuffing. Okay. Okay, so you can just repeat that all around until you get to like this portion here, and then we will start stuffing our avocado. Okay. Okay, so now I've made it back to the spot where I want to start stuffing my little avocado, and this is what it should be looking like now. So it should start to look pretty cool. Okay, so what you want to do is just grab your stuffing, and I like to just use like some blunt paper scissors to stuff my amigurumis. So I'm just going to take some pillow stuffing here, and I'm just going to push the stuffing into the little avocado with my scissors here. Just going to push some of the stuffing in. You don't want it too stuffed, but you want it to be stuffed enough so that it's nice and squishy and soft and fun to play with, but you don't want it to be too stuffed where you can see the stuffing through like some of the stitches. Okay, so after you've pushed some stuffing in there, just want to like make sure like the stuffing has got into like all of the corners. Okay, I feel like it needs a little bit more stuffing, maybe like this much more. Let's see. Okay, so just gonna push a little bit more in here. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So now I am just going to put my hook back in. Let's see. And I'm just going to continue single crocheting the remaining stitches closed. Okay. A few more stitches to do. Okay, and then you just want to slip stitch to the beginning stitch. Okay, and then just grab your scissors and then leave a little bit of a tail end just to sew in. I probably left too long of a tail end now. Okay, it's just okay, there we go. I'm just gonna cut this tail end short here. There we go. Okay, so there's our little avocado. We just need to sew in our little tail end here. So let me just thread my darning needle. Okay, so I'm just going to go back into the same stitch that I came out of with my needle, and then I'm just going to sew under some of these stitches here on the side like that. Oops, there we go. And then I am going to sew into the avocado. And then I'm going to go back into the same stitch it came out of and come out somewhere else on the avocado. Okay. And then insert in my needle back into the stitch that it came out of, and then come out somewhere else on the avocado. Don't know if that's in through an actual stitch or not. Okay, there we go. Then go back into that same stitch you came out of, and then add another stitch somewhere else on the avocado. And then again insert your needle through the stitch you came out of, and then back out another stitch. Oops. Out the stitch of the avocado, and then yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is what our little avocado should be looking like now. Okay, and then we can just take our scissors and we can cut our yarn. So take our scissors, pull on our tail end just a little bit, and snip close to the project as possible, obviously making sure not to snip any of the threads, and let go, and then your tail end should just bounce back in there. Yeah, and there's our little avocado. And then the only thing we need to do is just add a little keychain onto it. Yeah, so there's a little avocado. So let's get our little keychain here. Let me just zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to grab some pliers. So I'm going to take my big household pliers and just insert them like that. And then let me actually zoom back in again so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. And then I'm going to take my other pliers like this, and I'm just going to bend open the jump ring, or pull the jump ring open. Come on. Okay. Oops. Oh gosh, I got a frat. Okay. There we go, it's a bit open. I just want it open a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, the jump ring is open there. It's open. So I'm just going to take my avocado and I'm just going to push the jump ring through the side of the stitch, making sure to push the jump ring through both loops of the top stitch, so the front and the back loop of the stitch. There we go. And then you just want to grab your household pliers and your jewelry pliers, and then just squeeze the jump ring together with the pliers. Oh, there we go. This can be a bit fiddly and tricky. Yeah, just come on. It's not quite together, so So I'm just going to take one of my pliers here, just bend that in, and then just crimp this down, and then try again to just close this jump ring again with my pliers. Whoopsie. This is very fiddly, this part. Okay, I don't know if that's going to come out. Okay, but there is our little avocado keychain. Okay, let me zoom out so you can see. Okay, so this is your little avocado keychain. Done and finished. So this is what it looks like now. Isn't that just cute? I like this. So this is very, very, very adorable. So this little avocado keychain is really cute to give to a friend, or to put it on your little bag or purse or something. And if you have someone that loves avocados like I do, then you can make them a cute little avocado keychain. So yeah, that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you managed to follow along, and I hope you enjoyed crocheting this little avocado keychain. I hope it was easy enough for you to follow along. And yeah, I'd love to see your creations. I'd love to see what you get up to. And yeah, you can follow me on my socials. So you can follow me on Instagram, Tasman's Crochet Creations, my Facebook page, Tasman's Crochet Creations. And what else? Obviously YouTube, Tasman's Crochet Creations. I also have a TikTok account, but it's my personal one. It's JadeDebuck2000. But you also post some crochet videos on there, but not much. I actually don't have a business TikTok account yet for my Tasman's Crochet Creations, but I guess I should. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Well, it just came off, so that's lovely. So now I need to put that back on. I thought it may come off. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed crocheting this avocado with me. And even if you don't turn into a keychain, I hope you enjoy having fun making this avocado. And maybe we could make like a little cute fruit and veg collection. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of your crocheting.